Kia ora whānau. For this, our last episode of the series, we wanted to take you on an amazing journey of what it has taken to get Marae DIY onto your screens over the past 4 years.
Kia ora e te iwi.
Tēnā koutou te iwi.
Tēnā koutou e te iwi. E ngā iwi, e ngā mana, e ngā kārangarangatanga, tēnā koutou.
We're about to try something we've not yet attempted on the show. I'm a little bit anxious, I'm a little bit wiggy, bro.
Bro, big challenge ahead.
Let's go. Let's hit it.
Te kaha whānau.
I'm standing at Taurua Marae on the shores of Lake Rotoiti, and I've got to admit, I've got a little bit of a love affair, a special love affair happening with this place, because this marae is the very first ever marae that we did on the show. It was the pilot for the program, and as a result of its success, we managed to do another 30 marae around the motu. Over the next hour, we're going to revisit some of those marae. As well as that, we're going to give you an inside, a little sneaky look into all the things that happen behind the scenes, the stuff we don't want you guys to see. So stay tuned, it's going to be an action-packed hour.
Follow me now. We gonna tika, gonna pai. Hey ya, fida ita hunga. Kia whakatū whare paku, kia peita whare kai. Look what could happen if we all unify. Kia hula ka ona, bring that whānau vibe.
Hara mai whānau.
Marae DIY. Gonna whakatika, whakapai.
No mai huki mai kia manatū kia marae.
We really need an extreme makeover at our marae. We really want Marae DIY to come to Puneopa because
This is ours. We want to make it nice.
DIY marae, we need first aid.
But it'd be really cool for you fellas to come and help us out with all of these things. Chair.
So come and help us as soon as you can get here. Now, everybody, hapu, whānau, iwi.
Rock on whānau.
Hana mai DIY! Whakapai! Are we ready to get this party started?
Nō reira, homai te ihi, homai te kaha. E nui ngā mahi kia kōkirihia kia pīkauria, nō reira.
Homai te ihi, homai te kaha. I'd always been really interested in having some kind of formula or some kind of format that would allow us to sort of see Māori people doing whatever it is that we're doing in our own environment. So the DIY really was just an excuse to get the cameras and to get all of the people from the marae to the marae so that we get to see our people basically at their best. Geez, looking back, we've had some cool people work with us over the past 4 years. Heaps of different faces, made lots of mates, and seen some really bad hair. Ooh, what were we thinking, bro?
Man, where's Navak? I've been looking for a black kumu all day and no luck.
I mean really bad hair.
Morena, it's nearly lunchtime, girl.
I'm so sorry, I slept on so naked from yesterday. What's been happening? Heaps.
There's been heaps. Look, it's a hair pasta freckle and
Oh,
you've got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do.
Well, what have you been doing all day? Have you been helping?
Yeah, of course I have been. Just look. You try and get your cup of tea without spilling it up here. Woo, hard work. And to look after 22,000 tamariki who are Māori, no matter where I looked, I couldn't find you. It was as if you left me in the dark, Nava.
We've been really lucky to find people that are really committed to this kaupapa in terms of our crew, and if you're not, you usually last one shoot and then you're out. Because it's completely unreasonable. What we're asking of you is to do ridiculous hours, to be thinking about DIY in your sleep.
Here we go. There forever. Me hareo ki te huna.
Engari, ko tētahi mea e kore rawa e wareware ia mātau ko te whakakatakata me te hianga I te ngākau.
A lot of how we are off-screen is what we're trying to bring on-screen, and creating an environment where we can ping off each other and that we can have a bit of fun. Get off me, I mean it!
Can't even cry.
I know, I'll come do some mahi now, bro. Let's go.
I don't know why I did this show. Oh, we decided on te ori because nobody else applied. And we're like, oh well, it doesn't look that good, but you know, we could work with what we've got.
Te ora get his feet dirty, it's about like the solar eclipse comes around. That's about how much
27 marae first time.
Yes. Went through an entire series without getting his gumboots dirty. Woo, boy!
He had a real presence. He had lots of, you know, like, he's an amazing speaker. Whenever we're at Marae, the thing I love about Ori is that I feel really safe with Te Ori. You know, I know that he's culturally, he's looking out for the entire crew. I mean, his reo is just beautiful.
The biggest reason why I was really keen to be a part of the crew is without knowing too much about the show and what the show involved, but was more so to do with the passing of my grandfather. I spent a lot of time with him before he passed away, and a lot of the knowledge that he gained was simply visiting Marae, listening to the stories. It was like an opportunity for me to be able to be like him, travel and learn from the people of that particular marae.
You're not a bit worried that it's going to be really, really different?
Oh, yeah. Aye.
That's not what we want, so this is good that we've found this, and what are we going to do with it?
Oh, it's all on here, DCG. What's the plan, man? Can you give me a little...
DCG, our honorary Māori fella, has been the backbone of Marae DIY for years.
It was along the lines of like, kia ora, I'm so-and-so, and we're doing a TV program called Mitre 10 Marae DIY, and we want a landscaper. Are you interested? And I just burst out laughing, and I said, you're pulling my leg, you know?
He rolls in, and we kind of talked to him about, you know, what we wanted to do, and I met with him, and, you know, he had lots of energy, and he was great, you know. I'm not sure I instantly liked him, but I kind of was thinking, okay, would he be larger than life? Is this guy actually, he talked a lot, and I was like, can he actually deliver?
At 7:30 this morning, there was only about 20 people here. So can we all synchronise our watches so we know what 7:30 is? Because I'll tell you, if we don't get it done today and tomorrow, it'll be a very late night tomorrow night.
Ko tētahi hoki o ngā whetū mārama o Marae DIY, ko hone kōpai, tohunga ki tāna mahi.
For a long time, I guess I felt like I would never be able to find a groove that I would fit into with my culture, and doing this, it's kind of, for me, it's a way of giving back.
Beautiful, aren't they? Gorgeous! Do you think? All I want are some teeth now.
I had heard that there was this dude, this Māori fella, who had come back from overseas. He'd been working in Milan, he'd been working in France, he'd been working in New York, and he was this, you know, makeup hair extraordinaire fella. And that he'd done Madonna, and that he'd done Naomi Campbell, and that he'd done all these top models and, you know, top celebrities around the world. And that he'd moved back to Rotorua because he was homesick after, you know, 15 or whatever years he'd spent overseas. And we were, you know, about to make the show, and I was like, surely that can't be true. I mean, as if somebody would leave that glamorous lifestyle just to be able to come back and hang out in a little old Rotorua.
It looks like there's some major renovations going on down there.
Well, we don't know because we're not allowed to be there.
Of course. Oh, well, I better shut my mouth.
And say hello to our new bro on the block and primo builder extraordinaire, Monty Detail.
Doing this has taken me back to my roots, to my whānau, to the old way of living, culture. So, yeah, it's good to get some stuff back on the past so I can pass down to my children. Brings everyone back together, and you're not just coming back to the marae for a tangi or something sad, you're coming back for a celebration.
But it's not just us on screen who make this all happen. We have a fantastic team behind us.
She comes over. I'm Māori just by association. One, because I've got lots of Māori kids, and two, because I just absolutely love the culture. It resonates really deeply with me. Croatian and Māori are very similar in their values, and it just fills me up, really, you know. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for. You know, a job really well done, and a people well represented, so that everyone's mana is kept intact when they're being filmed. You know, we're not taking advantage of anyone, which is fantastic. We're actually uplifting them.
They enjoy watching their kuia appreciate what's been done. I mean, they like it themselves, and just to see the look on their faces, and often there's a lot of tears, so they can see that coming through, and it means a lot.
One of the highlights for me is when we did our Mai Marae back in Marae Nui, down on on the east coast near Tikanga, so that was massive, being able to work on this kaupapa, but also to be able to bring it back home. That was massive.
It's for them, and we get to sort of bask in the glory of it, I suppose, and enjoy the journey with them.
Kia whakatutukingia tō mātou kaupapa me whakanua hia ētahi wāhi o te marae, kei ia marae o rātou ake tikanga e pāna ki tēnei mahi. Me matua ko tahi te whakaaro, kia tū ko tahi ai tātou. Ētahi wā he ua.
Damn, it's been a big day. Lots on tomorrow, I might just sit and contemplate that or quietly cry myself to sleep, so we'll see you after the break.
Whakatika, whakapai-pai. Whakatika, whakapai-pai.
Tēnā nau mai rā e te iwi.
Welcome to Marae Nui Marae here on the east coast.
Welcome to Motatau Marae here in Northland. Nau mai hoki mai rā e te iwi ki Parihaka Park. Hopefully we can get this sorted.
The effect of knocking out a hapu's 5 or even 10-year dreams in just 4 days has always been incredible. But they've told us that it's the whakawhanaungatanga, the kotahitanga, that makes this kaupapa so special.
You got that right, girlfriend. We received the email, the application form, and we said, this is an opportunity for us here at Waipapa to do something positive for us here in Kawhia.
It was a really neat way to come back into the community and kind of establish your links with people on a really on a casual basis, a more casual, informal basis.
I've travelled and traversed around the country and seen some of our marae everywhere that are you sort of go there and think, ka aroha. So it's a great opportunity for those marae to put in their tono and say, please come and make our marae look fabulous and make our iwi feel good.
Whilst we put quite a large contribution of just under $80,000 into the project, it would have cost us up to $180,000. I think the girls actually worked out to just under $190,000 for the whole project. So, and what we've achieved here on the marae certainly was worth the whole $190,000. So without DIY, we would never have been able to do that.
Sometimes it's easy to get lost a little bit, like we forget that we're actually here to make a television show. You know, you go in, you do the recce and you meet all the hapu and they've just got these amazing visions of what they want their marae to be like, and sometimes, you know, it might start smaller and then by the end of the day, by the end of the recce where we visited them, they've come up with this extraordinary plan of what they would love for their marae to be like. And we're talking sometimes 5-10 year plans, and then we're standing there saying to them, hey man, let's try and do this in 4 days. You can get so consumed by making sure that the hapu get this vision fulfilled and their dreams realised that sometimes, we kind of forget about all of that other stuff. But luckily that's where the director comes in and it's their job to pull it all together.
All right, gang, so you be busy laying, Dave, and Navaka will come on in. And action!
The craziest looking fence I have ever seen these days.
This is the sort of television that we make. They don't just watch it once, you know? You can make a lot of other stuff and people watch it once, it's gone, they forget about it. With this stuff, these people, everyone here will take home a copy, they'll record it on the night, and they'll watch it over and over again. Grandchildren will be shown when this marae was completely made over and the whole community came together to do it. And that's really special.
Break it down.
Day one, I'm an absolute basket case. Is there a diamond cutter for the papers, do you know?
No, yep, all the paving stuff is here.
Where's the diamond cutter? I want to look
It's
at it.
out on the truck.
The thing that happens is that people go, sweet, it's sorted, and then you get here and you go, okay, so where is the stuff? And it's actually not here.
See where the big green flag is? Yep. Just on the other side of that, mate. And then this bit can go around the other side. I still come here and I think, my gosh, where are we going to start? Coming in the morning, everything's a mess, and you think, heck, you know? And I'm exhausted at the end of it, absolutely exhausted. I run around not doing a lot of mahi, but I seem to be asked questions all the time.
How are you going to lay those?
I don't know. Yesterday I said you were excellent, today not excellent.
Oh,
right, no.
Okay,
Too late
just
now.
fix it, eh? Just fix it. I don't care. Just fix it.
working with the kuia is actually, sometimes it's hilarious, sometimes it's extremely humbling, but I know 9 times out of 10 it's always a fun experience.
I just wanted to find a way to thank all those ladies and women that, have worked and dedicated so much of their lives and time and have really made a difference for their hapu.
Te Ori has a very special and sometimes difficult role to play in creating a bond with our kuia and getting them to open up.
Well, I know there's a lot of jealous men out there seeing me with all these lovely kuia, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, if I'm lucky, maybe even 5. But the thing about our kuia is that us as Māori people, we have this fantastic humour. And they're quite happy to flirt with me sometimes, and I'm quite happy to flirt right back with them and be cheeky and so on.
Jackie or Nanny Jackie.
But sometimes Te Ori gets a lot more than he bargained for.
There have been a few friendly kuia where the hand on the knee is quite prevalent, and then the hand on the thigh, and as soon as the hand starts getting near the bum, that's me, I'm out of there.
Okay. I just had a haircut on Wednesday.
Oh, did you, Auntie? Oh, that makes my job even easier. I've always imagined the kuia, and they are, to be very humble. They're not really into being glammed up and looking all flash and everything. They're humble ladies. But for me, to give them a feeling where they feel uplifted more than anything, I get a buzz out of that. Now you're looking more beautiful than ever.
Ko tētahi hua ka puta ia Marae DIY ko te taunaki I tō tātou reo, ko te whakarongo hoki ki te hītori.
Te reo Māori has been spoken everywhere, whether it be on the marae, whether it be at the schools, whether they're seeing it on TV, whether they're hearing it on the radio. It creates our own little Māori world. So for our people to be able to see it, but more so importantly feel it, you can't gauge how important that is.
Kia ora maira. Koe ne kau ki te wāhi te taunga mai o te waka a tainui. Te pāhere tanga o te waka a tainui.
Ko tēnei āhuatanga te kōrero mo te whakapapa mo te hītori tonu o te marae. Kia mōhio ai a ngai Māori aha kua nohea mai rātou no te hea tōpito o te motu ki ngā kōrero, motuhake ki ngā kōrero tūturu tonu o tērā marae. Ana e kia nei te kōrero ko te pupuri, ko te pūmau tonu ki te ahika, he kape he rorero I ngā pūngāre huko ngā tāngata e pupuri ana I rā kōrero, he momo rauemi e kore e kitea. Kāri te pupuri tia I roto I ngā rorohiko, kāri te pupuri tia ki roto ki hea I ngā pukapuka kai roto tonu I te hinengaro. O te tangata, ana ko te kōrero ki ngā tāngata, kua tohua mā rātau e rā kōrero e pupuri, he kōrero ātāhua, he kōrero hohonu, he kōrero he honore tonu ki au. Te kōrero ki ngā tāngata o tēnā marae, mo tō rātau ake whakapapa tonu nā reira. He waimari he maimari e tēnā.
I've come from Christchurch. I caught a couple of trucks with a friend of mine. I picked in and I jumped on another truck with another bro. Got to Palmerston North and then jumped out and put my finger out so I could get up here.
I love the fact that people come back from, all around the motu. They travel from Australia, England, the States, to be home for the DIY. They schedule their lives around being able to come home. And I think that one of the things that makes the show so different than perhaps any other DIY shows, it's not just somebody's house that we're making over. It's it's the house of their tupuna, their ancestors that have gone before them. There's that cultural that pull, that of being back home, and it's the house of your unborn grandchildren to come. So people have a link and a bond with a marae that they wouldn't have with perhaps their own house.
I've met 100 of my whānau this weekend. It makes me feel like I belong more than I know, because I know where I'm from. But to belong and be is even better than just knowing. Yeah, so that's why I came.
For me, that was probably the best part of DIY, was establishing a forum or a way for people to feel like they could come back home easily and naturally. And so now that they've had that contribution, every time they come back to the marae, they can kind of feel part of it. And that, for me, is hugely important.
Marae need to go through this experience. Marae need to hear and see the spirit of what Marae DIY is all about. What does it actually mean? Where do our marae go to in order to get the support on impact that Marae DIY can do? And so spiritually, there isn't a vehicle available that could provide something on impact that DIY has.
Whakatika, whakapai-pai. Whakatika, whakapai-pai.
Ko tētahi o ngā tino pātai e pātaihia nei, le pēhea e oti ai ngā mahi.
I thought this stuff was supposed to get easier, to be honest. Like, you know, the first series was just, it was a nightmare in lots of ways, but it was a really, really exciting time. We had a real belief, and certainly I did, that when our people do come together for something, and you know, I've said this often, other than a tangi or a fisheries hui, you put us all together and we're on one set kaupapa, and this is what we're going to do. People put their mind to it, come together, anything's possible.
But Marae DIY is only made possible by a great team, pulling together hundreds of sponsors, trades and materials months before the diggers start.
Because it's always one of the things, isn't it, trying to talk the aunties and that out of the kuia, out of orange and purple and brown and their wharikai. They usually want peach and apricots and limes. And
what's that about? Is it a generational thing?
if I had $1 for every time I've had somebody rock up to me and say, hey man, have I got a marae for you? And it's like, bro, how many marae around the country don't need, you know, DIY work done?
What else have we got here? We've got... What was one of those Waikato ones?
There's two. There's one here which I think is probably a good one. It's Waipapa marae and it's in Kāwhia.
Months before the cameras even roll, we visit the marae with the difficult job of deciding what can and can't be done in just 4 days of DIY.
Just something to define it, like when it was suggesting perhaps two big poles.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite an unusual pathway to get on.
Yeah.
Keep your 2 poles going right up, like that one.
Yeah.
We do things a bit different, as you guys saw with the dog.
In the area, so we're looking for a geographical mix, a tribal mix. You know, we obviously don't want to do 8 wharikai, so we're looking for a mix in terms of the DIY, strong history, you know, stories. For example, this series we're going to Parihaka, so, you know, ensuring that we've got lots of that history stuff. Also, a really strong marae coordinator is vital. It's really, really crucial that you've got somebody who's just going to drive it.
But this driveway is a priority to get done because a lot of the vehicles and the trucks are driving up there. It's flat stick. You have to be in like a frame of mind. Like we're all together for 4 days, 4 nights, even a little bit more because we have to come here to prepare before the DIY actually starts. So the thing is, it's just keeping happy because we all want to be happy. And we don't want any of the, you know, the taumaha coming down on the whānau.
How are you feeling?
Oh, hariko, bro. I tell you, our whānau are buzzing. It's been a long time coming and, you know, we do the tangis. That's all good, but a marae DIY is just full on.
How are the nerves at this point in time?
Sweet, sweet. No drama queens?
6,000 pavers. Where would you like them?
One of the incredible things that always happens as a result of the DIY coming to town is that entire communities come to the party and call out all kinds of goods and services to the kaupapa. This often may be their very first contact with the marae or iwi Māori.
Got it in the back.
Hey, bro.
Did you hear the deal on the back?
Oh, what deal?
He's given it to us.
Who's giving it to us?
Dalton's. He came out here this morning, never been to Kāwhia before, saw what was happening here. He said, you guys can have it. And it's real proper awesome. Cushion full bark.
That's like $800 worth of bark.
Absolutely, no delivery, nothing.
Oh, wicked. Too much, Daltons. Well, that means that we're all OSH approved.
Yeah!
I think the magic part about what's happened is we've realised that the Marae DIY actually set the theme for what is to happen here on the marae and what could happen for the future. We've already sat down and had a call from local organisations who want to be a part of the marae now. Example, our local police, they now want to have all their porphyries done on the marae. We've got building organisations who actually want to be a part of the marae sponsorship, who want to be here. They're actually asking now how can they have an effect on the marae. Well, you know as well as I do, we need more buildings, so we will welcome that support with open arms.
I'm an eternal optimist. I never ever doubt anything. So, from my mind, all my life, I believe things will happen. The other thing I try and do, I suppose, is empower everybody who comes here to do it. So never, I criticise, like you hear me taking the mickey out of the guys with the panga wall, you know, because it looks bloody awful like that. Everybody has a job, get them involved. The more that you can get whānau doing things. And I may not put a little edge in a certain way, I may not, it doesn't matter. The point is, get them doing it so that they've done the job.
The thing I love about DCG is that once he has made up his mind about something and he is committed, man, he is there 150%. And the dude he's like a little Energizer battery. He's an ADHD dude. He's like just full on. And the thing that I love about it, I've never seen, you know, somebody that works as hard as he does, or that can move people the way that he does, or who can walk away from a marae after saying what most people would consider the most insulting stuff, and have people just absolutely adore him.
This is good. Get it. That's right. That's that one there. Everything else looks horrible.
Okay, rip them out.
Bloody terrible. Uti Maoris good bullpanga wall. I love humour. We've become so stereotyped and boring and PC in our normal lives. We're losing the ability to take fun of ourselves.
Oh, yeah!
It's a thrill that'll get you when you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
You're the man, DCG. Anyway, I want to see you. No, I really want to see you. I enjoy doing things like this, and I've been running up and down everywhere, hinga, and it's all good. Like, I don't see a problem with it. It isn't a problem. Have you got somebody picking up the paint in Te Awamitu? No. If everybody's getting the tension buzz happening, it'll come down. And before long, that's when all the rarurarus come in. So the thing is, you have to keep all the happiness happening, so everybody is staying happy. Well, that's the plan.
First day was 2 builders. So yeah, I was a little bit stressed out, but as the days have gone on, yesterday and today, all the whānau's chipped in. They're all come and they're all coming their strengths and forces. So yeah, I think it's going to work out awesome.
When you're here doing the DIY, you turn up at 7:30, you go home at 8 o'clock at night, have a shower, go to your motel or whatever. It's very easy just not to see what's around. I mean, we're in some beautiful places. I mean, people in the world would pay millions of dollars to see the places I've seen. And so therefore, if you take time to go for a run or a walk or a kayak or whatever, you get to enjoy it a little bit more. And I think that's really nice. It clears your head a little bit. I always find if I get really bogged down or worried, that's my time out. That's what enables me to get a bit of clarity, really.
Every person, no matter what generation, has their part to play on the marae. Whether it be out the back cooking, whether it be on the paipai talking, whether it be doing the karanga, or whether it be a general kaihautu of the marae, everyone has a part to play. And so the biggest thing that I hope, especially for people who haven't been back to their marae, is to make sure that they get back there sooner or later, but as long as they get back there to play their part on the marae, because at the end of the day, without our marae, we're nobody as a people. All our stories, all our pūtake, all our history, everything that we are, our essence as a people, is in our carvings, it's in our whare moe, it's in our paintings, and it's in our oral history that is only taught on the marae. So it's absolutely integral for us as Māori people to maintain it.
And that kotahitanga and whakawhanaungatanga, when you've got people coming back from overseas, from all over the country, to make sure that this thing happens because the mana of their hapu is on the line, it's just awesome.
What happens is that people get little jobs and they take ownership of it. There's a couple over there and they've started haunching the pavers and really enjoying it. And they'll stay doing that the whole time, you know? And everyone else gets all the glory because they're doing all the fun jobs, and then these people beaver away doing a job like that, which, you know, doesn't make any difference in terms of what it looks like on TV, but it's a really good job.
The Out and About adventures with Te Ori are a crucial part of the program because they show us what makes the community unique. Oh, and they're also a great way to see how badly we can embarrass the bro. Actually, scratch that. He manages to embarrass himself just fine.
He hit someone's car.
Did I hit your car? Oh, you can see the you can see the gulp mark.
People at the marae, people are always out, you know, if it's my uncles, they're out diving or they're up in the bush getting some pigs or they're doing whatever and bringing all that kai back to the marae, and I really wanted to capture that side of things, as well as, you know, tourism ventures or whatever makes the community tick, whatever they'd be doing if we weren't there. that's what we want to see.
It's a really, really good aspect to the show to be able to incorporate what's really important about that marae. You know, how that marae and how that people survive, whether they're by the sea or whether they're by the ngahere. And so being able to go out and maybe catch a fish or two, or try and catch a fish or two.
Thank you! Yes, thank you! Nana, whakaoke te rai a paku. I'm on a roll.
You're on a roll.
Don't you hate it when people catch fish and you don't get any? I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Trip's not over yet.
I'm real gutted that Te Ora gets to do all that out and about and have to be DIY girl all the time, because he gets to, you know, go and do some really fun stuff, even though he's really, like, quite possibly the worst hunter-gatherer I've ever met in my entire life. And dudes that normally come back, you know, loaded with kai, I can't believe it, but he's just jinxed. The dude never ever catches anything.
Tau whānau, I think I just stood on a pātiki. Tino whānau, kei te oro hoki te pātiki nei, te rahi hoki. Oh, taku para kui hipe.
Put the dead flounder back in the flounder bag.
It looks like I don't do much work, but actually really, like, the people out there don't realise and understand that I'm in there digging the holes. You know, I'm slaving away, and I earn the right to go away and fall off a horse or go away and not catch any fish.
And of course, we're always looking for new and crazy ways to make every DIY wilder than the rest.
Right, kei te mate taku mea, whakarū. E hoa brai tō mōhio, kua he katoa, ana. Tango here.
How te mate?
Tika te mai, inside our cut. Yeah, hey.
Tika tika, whakapai pai. Tika tika, whakapai pai.
We've kind of always pushed the boundary. It's sort of like, okay, so, you know, we've started, and if you sort of look at some of the DIYs from the first series to now, we're sort of doing more DIYs. We're trying to sort of up the ante in terms of the program and the content that we get out of it. The production values, we're sort of always pushing to make that bigger and make that better. And as a result, that means that it hasn't gotten easier.
But the essence, the coolest part of Marae DIY is that we get to turn this into this. And we do it all in this. Yep, that's right. And this. Well, the weather may try and beat us down, but we always come out on top.
Ka tahi anō nei ko te paenga whawha, kei te patuau e te hukapapa e te hukarere, kei te mai ke rau atu, engari kei te haere tonu a Marae DIY, te Waipona Moustache. Ko te whakaatu i ngā āhuatanga hou o te marae ki ngā kuia e miharo ai e hihiri ai o mātou ngāka.
These are the new bench top units. Fine bear? Haramai, haramai, haramai.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to DIY, to you and your team, for everybody, all the cameramen and yourselves, that we're able to capture every moment as we know they're historical. And so in another 50 years' time, our grandchildren will be able to see where the marae's come from, where it is in 50 years' time, and what they need to do to improve that.
Ka kite whānau, he konera!
We found that it's often after our team leaves the marae that the momentum continues and other amazing work happens. So we went back to visit some of the marae from earlier series to be blown away by new transformations.
Well, I've had a real special love affair with this marae because it was our first one and you guys were so neat. We continued and decided to do more Marae DIY programs. This is Willie Emery and Marta, who was one of our kuia that had a makeover on the show. What was it like for you, Marta, driving up that day?
Naturally, tears came to our eyes. What else? We were so pleased to see the way it was. Fantastic.
All right, well, show me what other mahi you guys have been up to. I'm dying to see this wharepaku and your kouta. Oh my goodness. What flash mirrors you fellas are. It looks gorgeous. This is flasher than my toilet at home, okay. Let's go and have a look at the kitchen. Oh, I remember this dining room well, Marta. Put on about 3 kilos while I was eating kai in here over those few days. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, so give me a recap of exactly what mahi you did in here.
Well, there used to be a storeroom. We've taken that out, put new windows in.
I love like you've got granite, you know, tops here as well as all of the new hobs. What have you done here on the floor? The floor is beautiful. Yeah, what is that?
It's still concrete.
Is it concrete?
It's still original floor. All
Yeah.
we've done is just grinded the top of it.
Oh, it's nice.
Made it look like tiles.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. I like it a lot.
We were stoked to catch up with the whānau from Pohara Marae to learn what neat things had come out of them being involved with Marae DIY.
It's done huge things in terms of uplifting our marae community and our hapu. I think it's brought the younger people closer to the older generation, so it's closed that gap a little more. I also feel that it's given people a sense of pride that perhaps they didn't have initially. They certainly do have it now. Our marae is called Pohara, and that brings a whole heap of different connotations. People think, oh, you know, it means poor, poverty, ew, you know, don't want to be part of that. But it actually means a lot more than that. It means to be humble. And that was kind of, I'm happy that we were able to keep with the integrity of that name by not going too flashy. And the sorts of things that we did at our DIY, I think, represent that humility, but also, you know, development and advancement and progression, and those are really important things too for the marae.
Between our whare nui and the whare kai, we found that a company that built these covered walkways, and so we've actually been able to cover that in and make really good use of it. It's actually been used for dining, an extension of the dining room as well, but it provides really good cover in the wet weather.
The feedback that we've got about the marae is that people are shocked about how quickly it transformed in such a short time frame since they were here, say last pokai, because we've done it in July last year and our pokai's in June. And even the king himself wouldn't have seen it during that year, so he was pleasantly surprised.
Ka rau e tonu tō mātou haere ki Puniho, ara I puta te pōhiri kia hoki mātou, tere tonu tō mātou hoki. Ara, ka ohorere mātou ki ngā mahi hou ko tia rātou.
Well, that was our old toilet block. Here's our new one, so come in and have a look. On this side we needed room for our linen and sheets and that, so we put in a linen cupboard. Around here we put in a disabled toilet and shower. In here, our new women's toilets, showers, 4 toilets, 3 showers, same in the men's. Our final part is our own laundry. So we have a washing machine, dryer and new laundry.
Oh, too much. Ngā mihi nui ki te whānau o Puniho pā. Man, this brings back memories. Check that out, a courtyard in a marae. Who would have thought? Gorgeous. We also let DCG loose on a camera and sent him back to some of his favourite marae to check out what's been happening.
It's really lovely being back here. Tui's are singing. I don't know whether you remember when we saw the shots here, but this was just a sea of mud down here. It's really neat to see the whānau have actually done all the sealing. I remember poor Mitch and his guys were frantically trying to finish this, and they've come back and they've sealed the whole lot. So it's all done, plants have grown. Looks like it was always here. This was the first DIY that I ever did. Yeah, I don't think they can do it better. Hey, here we go. We've come back to have a look, and really interesting to see it, and meet some of the whānau. You can see we've still got the water feature. I remember when Dave denoted that beautiful piece of pounamu and the carving of the koru at the back. And looking around here now, it sort of brings back a lot of memories. I mean, it's so small by comparison to some of the other marae we've done, but everything looks really great. Fancy turning up on a DIY in a white t-shirt to paint. Hey?
Do you love your t-shirt?
You go away. You go away.
Aira, e te iwi, kapia mātou e ngā pepe tuna I te mea ko te pō, ana kei te haere tonu ngā mahi.
Big tidy up, it'll be sweet.
We haven't got a paver to lay the pavers, a lot of the materials are not here yet, but the main thing is that we have got kai to fuel this DIY.
See if the whānau can do it.
Right.
Ai hoa mā, kei te haere tonu te hui nei. Looks like it's going to be a while, so catch you guys up later. Ka ki tera.
Tika tika, whakapai pai. Tika tika, whakapai pai.
Wa pā te wairua o Marae DIY ki te ngākau o ngai Māori, huri noa I te motu.
I love DIY. I've turned into a DIY freak. I stalk people on the side of the road. I'll stop and, find out what colour they've used on their garage, or look at rock walls and take, pictures on my cell phone and send them to DCG, and he's like, and what? So, I love that side of it, and so oftentimes it's kind of like, oh yeah, what, you want me to stand in front of the camera? What, I've got to say something. I want to be doing all of that stuff and choosing colours and doing all of that side of things. Dave, what's the deal with this thing, man? My dad never let me play with power tools when I was a kid. Woo!
Jump her out, mate. In the back. Frankly, I will. You know what I will.
I'm just between your legs. They don't move.
Hey, I'm trusty, Nando. Yeah. This is what you call a Brazilian.
Mai te whānaketanga mai o Marae DIY, kua nui ke atu hōna hua I te whainga tuatai, te whakatikatika I te taha ākiko o te marae. Nā te mea ko Marae DIY, kua hoki mai te tawhito ki te pū, kua whakatatukia ngā wawatā o te rahi, kua kotahi te noho a ngā whānau māwehewehe. Arā kua whakapauhia ki te whenua te mana motuhake o tāua te Māori.
I just want to say thank you, and please, in promoting what's happened for us, this kaupapa must never stop. It must continue to reach the four corners of this country. We know that from what happens here from now on, we're able to set up all of the new initiatives that we want to do, like hold outdoor concerts. We want to do that on a marae now, and we have the artillery to go ahead and do that.
But would the whānau do it all again?
Absolutely would do it again in a flash. I'm absolutely wrapped with everything that we've done, and it gives us a great point to go from in terms of the future development. So now we know what's possible and what time frames and what costs it's going to take and what human resources it's going to need and that kind of thing. So it gives us really great reference points for any future building that we're going to be doing there.
Ka rongohia te whakatīnana hanga mai o te aloha me te manaakitanga I roto I te kaupapa nei. Pēnā e tae ana ka kawaia e mātou Marae DIY ki ngā koko katoa o te motu.
I haven't seen so much enthusiasm, so much whanaungatanga. For a long, long time.
It brought a lot of family back, and not just one or two from the family, but several members of family from overseas, South Island, top of the North Island. Yeah. It was wonderful.
The whole concept of being able to achieve so much, in a short time is awesome, because, people can travel from a long way and come and feel as if they've contributed.
Kia ora matua, and that's why we keep doing this mahi. This feeling of having done so much good for so many of our people fills us up more than we ever dreamt possible.
Me, more than me.
So the comments and the feedback have been really positive, all good. People are still keen to watch the DIY, you know, whenever we have a projector or a screen inside it, can we watch the DIY all over again? And that's a really good sign, I think, that the community feel that they have been part of something really special.
One of the great things was, for me anyway, was going back and saying, oh, kia ora, I'm, you know, da-da-da son. Oh, I'm da-da-da, oh, you know, and making those connections, that whakapapa connection. So that was the great thing about Marae DIY at Rukupo. Straight after the project, we were into kapahaka practices with Tū Te Manawa Mauria for the Matatini Festival. So it was nice going back to the marae and walking into the dining hall and practicing there, then walking into the kitchen to see what they'd done to the kitchen, and it just made you feel, you know, like, wow, you know, I was a part of this, and I did this with my whānau, with my kaumātua, with my cousins.
He hua anō kua puta i a Marae DIY ko te whakawhanaunga me te mahitahi I waenga I a tauiwi me ngai Māori.
Certainly, I've learned a little bit more of humility. I'm a pretty bossy sort of character. In my world, I'm not used to being challenged. What I say goes. You only got another 500 square metres to do. In this world, I know my place, despite what you might think. And it's made me far more in tune with the spiritual side of me, which wasn't there. I now sense things that I never sensed before.
Something got woken up in him, and he just continues to come back because he says that he's just further enriched every marae that he does.
I'm fortunate enough now to have walked two worlds, and they're very different worlds, but they mix and they merge. I feel comfortable, very at ease, and I can see the journey will just continue. It just keeps on going, you know. The more you want to learn, the more you want to understand.
Hei whakakōpa nei I oku kōrero. Ka hoki ngā ruruhi ki tō rātou tūringa waiwai. Ka ki te rātou I ngā mahi kua oti. Ka tahi te hari, te mihalo, te whakaiti, te aurahaka tau mai ki runga I a mātou ko te whānau hoki. Koi nei rā te kaupapa o Marae DIY. Tihei Māori ora.
Turakina. Tuturu whakamau I ake a tīna, hui e.
Well, I guess the only way to truly show how much Marae DIY has affected the lives of these hapu is to let them tell us themselves.
To any marae, I just say, go for it. Give it a go. Put your application in. And kia kaha.
No reira rā ki a koutou, koutou o te haukainga, me hoki koutou ki o koutou marae ki te hāpai, ki te pīkau, ki te amo, I ngā kaupapa kei runga I ngā marae. Ki te kore, ka ngaro ngā tikanga. Anō tēnei āhuatanga ko te reo tonu, engari kia mautonu ki o tātou tikanga e hāpiripiri ana ngā tokorua nei, ara kaihea rā ngā tikanga e pupuriti ana, kei runga anō I te marae. Kaihea rā te wāhi e whakaputaina e whākihi atu o pūkenga o te ao Māori, kei runga tonu I ngā marae, kia whakarongohia mai rā e ngā kuia, me ngā koroua, kia kite anō e te marea, kia rangona anō e te katoa. No reira koutou mā, kia kā te hoki ki o tātou marae. If you're not in this last picture, you were never here. Get around up the whānau. For the last shot, the famous shot, everyone in front of the whare nui. Mai hoi anō I tō mātou taenga mai, ka kite ake mātou I te tiri me te mano o te tangata, me te nui o ngā mahi mui te hārenga mai o te kingi hou, atu heitia. Nō reira, hāwhia nei, hāme te kōrero ki a koutou! Tūturi me te waka maua mai kia tūna!
Give me a rock! Give me a give me a
Tūturi me te waka maua mai kia tūna!
Tūturi waka maua kia tūna!
Tira ni mamahi!
How are you feeling?
Choice, bro.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
This fella's trying to talk me into doing another series, but I don't know. Audie, what side are you on?
I'll do another series maybe, if you do another series, DCG. How can you miss out on that? Hey, how can you miss out on that?
But you don't have to do all the pre-production and all the post-production or the running around. You just rock up with your little Prada sunglasses on, walk around a little bit, hang out with queer drinking cups of tea.
Well, why you have the kōrero on that, I don't care, because check this out. See? This is Trade Me. This is how I'm going back to Tauranga. Right? You guys can talk, but I'm going, all right? I'm out of here. I'm gone. And I'll see you on the next series, brother.
Sure, bro. I'll be there.
And you can just bring your hair, while I'm out of here. Okay?
Talk it out, brother. Where you go?
Perfect,
Where you
guys.
going?
Hey?
I'll see you later. I'll see you at office.
Sure, bro.
Cool.
We are the green team. Mean where he mean. Yeah!
We are the building team.
Yeah! Ko oi rā mātou, ko mātou te tira toi. We are the muscle. Yeah!
We are the paving team.
Yeah! We are the Waharoa team. Yeah!
We're the car park team.
Yeah!
We're the green team.